I don't know about you, but there's nothing more repulsing than a title of a YouTube video labeled 7-figure side hustle no one talks about. Now, there's a huge side hustle community on YouTube, and I think it's awesome. I've seen some that are like promoting straight up real life W-2 jobs. That's practical. I like it. But today we're gonna audit this video called the 7-figure side hustle no one is talking about. So you're gonna be working your job. This side hustle is then gonna make you $83,000 a month on the side. Bold claim. Now, I've never seen this, so she can prove me wrong.
Do you want to know the absolutely safest business you can start with $0 that can make you thousands and multi-millions if you do it right?
And now every time I send an email, I make around $5,000, which is more than I was making in a whole month of working full-time as a doctor.
It made these guys $75 million at the age of 25. It made this guy 8 figures when he sold his. Made this guy 7 figures in 12 months. It's a business nobody's talking about, but they should.
So it's newsletters. Spoiler alert. We'll see what she means by a side hustle that'll make you millions if you do it right.
It's called newsletters, or I guess you could call it fancy ass emails.
It is.
All right, what's a newsletter? I think you guys know about this by now, but let's break it down. Essentially, newsletter is this: your attention in your email box paired with somebody sending you either a daily or weekly email. And it's something that you consume on a regular basis, which means that your eyeballs make them money. Your inbox, somebody's email, they make cash. That's what a newsletter is. Back in the day, people used to have blogs, but the problem is, when was the last time you went and just searched to go read something on somebody's blog on the internet? You don't do it anymore. And most people now—
That's not true. You do it all the time. I'm waiting. Here's my pushback, and I'm waiting for an answer. When are you going to be able to convince someone to put in their email for an ongoing newsletter before you get them to just randomly search and click on something and read your blog? That actually seems more likely. But again, maybe I'm hostile because this is supposed to be a 7-figure side hustle. Let's go.
These days obsess about Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. But the truth of the matter is, the highest conversion rate of anything you can do, which means that somebody sees something that you want to sell and they buy it, occurs in your email inbox. It occurs more there than mail, than any social media channel, than YouTube, than telemarketing, even than door-to-door sales.
I can't believe I have to explain this. That happens because that is called a lead. When someone enters your email list, it is no longer social media. When they get on your email, that means they opt in for something. They are so interested in what you have had to say on social media that you then get them on your list. They want to keep hearing from you on a deeper level. And that becomes a lead. Every business generates leads. Now, what are leads? Leads aren't just random people online. People are randomly going to follow this channel because her editing is fast paced and she talks about side hustles. That's really great. She has 498,000 subscribers. Those aren't leads. Those are people that are just interested. Then you use that social media to get a lead, someone that's interested in whatever your business is, whether that's coaching or whatever it is. A hot lead is someone that has been a referral. A warm lead is someone that's interested. And a cold lead is someone that's never heard of you, but you know they might generally be interested in you. And that's phone sales. That's door to door. So of course, a cold lead, someone that has never heard of you, but might need your service, is going to have a lower conversion rate than email marketing. I'm still not sold. So it's just absolute, utter cap that an email list can even be compared to social media in any way, shape, or form. Let's keep going.
Trust our inbox. It's our home. And that's why people make millions and millions of dollars by selling us things in our email inbox.
This is definitely millennial vibes. Millennials are like, you don't read your email.
Media companies have decentralized. What does that mean? We no longer watch CNN, CNBC, Fox News, MSNBC. What's happening today is that people want news from particular sources. They don't want to hear about the politicians and all the nonsense going on in Washington all day. And so what happened? The New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and all of
She's about to go out January 6th on us. Yikes.
these news sites lost their best people. And those best people went to sites like this. This one's called Substack. I started my newsletter there in 2020, along with thousands, if not tens of thousands of other people. And now they're going to sites like this one, Beehive. I actually invested in this company, by the way, because I believe in this trend so much. These days, you can open up an account and start an email business that leads to millions.
She's playing fools. 1 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. This is Colin and Samir's 1 million subscriber YouTube channel video. They do have an email list, but they don't have 1 million subscribers on their email list. Stop it. Stop it. You're losing me more and more.
I know a thing or two about this because I have a newsletter business. I started it in January of 2020, and now we do between $400,000 and $600,000 a month in sales.
I was wrong. She's making moolah. I will humble myself. That's a lot of money. But it's a side hustle.
To go out and create brand new products, we just bring them to our audience. So if you're watching, this is what you should do if you want to start a newsletter company. So you know the opportunity.
As a side hustle.
There is a war going on for our attention, and it's across all platforms, except most people get it wrong. Most people focus on social media. These are the conversion numbers on social media. These are the conversion numbers on email. You can use the social channel.
Stop comparing social media to an email list. Do you know how people get subscribers on their email list? Social media. Quite literally, whether you're paying for ads on social media, whether you're paying for a creator to promote your morning brew newsletter, which is very common, can't compare them.
How about I give you three specific things you can do today to start a newsletter business? And I'll be
1, grow on social media so you can get people onto your newsletter.
down. What's something that you talk about all day long to your friends? I want you to get your curiosity right, because that's going to be the subject of your newsletter. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be some professor. You don't have to be a business professional that's made millions of dollars. All you have to be is a curious human who is interested in documenting something or pulling information from other people. If you're watching out there and you're a mom, start a newsletter on being a mom. If you're into dogs, start a newsletter on dogs. The moral of the story.
By the way, if you want to see what a newsletter looks like that does $12 million a year and is all about making you money, I got you, fam.
You should click this. You can see it all for yourself. It's like here or somewhere on here.
I hate this.
You should do it. It's worth it.
Whether that newsletter is weekly or daily, up to you. I'd say in the beginning, make it weekly so you don't actually kill yourself trying to get it done. So you don't actually kill yourself trying to get it done. They are the easiest platform out there for starting a newsletter. Beehive. I actually invested in this company. All you're going to do is come up with a cadence. How often are you going to email people? I like once a week. You pick your poison. For instance, you can see this guy. His name's Sean Purry. He started a newsletter called Milk Road.
Sean Purry has 167,000 followers on YouTube. Sean Purry didn't just write about his passion. Tell his friends about it and make coin. Sean Purry has built multiple businesses, from what I can tell right here, already just looking at it. And Sean Purry has an audience.
No investigative journalism, no deep dives like mine that are 3,000 words. The guy took a bunch of the news out in the world, kind of said it in a funny and pithy way, and put it in a newsletter. That's going to be you.
One hack they did show there, though, was ChatGPT. They showed write a script about whatever. You for sure can go write a newsletter. It's going to get some things wrong and you might have your name attached to it. But generally, if it's not too deep, you could, in that sense, you could write a daily newsletter and just have a ChatGPT do it for you.
You can download this here, which is how I got to my first 10,000 subscribers in 30 days with a newsletter. You can get it below at the link.
Oh, you got to put in your email address? Oh, it's almost like you'll be invited to join a newsletter. So you're going to get this download. You will then probably get an offer to go on to the newsletter if you're not already automatically subscribed to the newsletter. And she did get you here from her video that has 105,000 subscribers, 105,000 views. I'm not mad at her, but this does create a culture where people are just walking around thinking that they can make millions passively. Like, dude, you're going to make a couple 100,000 very aggressively. And if you can figure it out, you can possibly maybe hit 1 million. Maybe. I do believe everyone can support their life and live above the median, by learning valuable skills. The problem is saying, hey, if you use ChatGPT AI, it'll get some things wrong, but you can essentially have a side hustle where you don't have to learn any valuable skill. It'll do it all for you, and you can make 7 figures. Come on.
It's free, but there's really just one thing you have to do. In my opinion, the easiest way to grow a newsletter is with other newsletters. So first, you're going to do the little things like send it out to your friends, post it on your social media accounts, etc. But then you're going to do something called swaps, newsletter swaps. And this is something that I did with a ton of newsletters, like Liquidity. They took their social platform, they created a newsletter. So I sent them an email just like this and said, hey, what's up, guys?
So she admits it. Someone took their social platform, then created a newsletter.
I love your newsletter. I have this many subscribers. You have this many subscribers. What if we cross-pollinate the two? Here's a sample snippet of what I'd put in mine.
That is a good idea.
Here's a sample snippet of what you could put in yours. Do you want to do it next week on Thursday? And you're going to do that again and again and again until you get to a point where your newsletter is making millions of dollars.
She makes sense. We'll come back to this. Okay, let's see if she gives a good how-to actually make and monetize the newsletter.
Newsletters can make money off about 1 billion different things. The most common way, like Morning Brew, The Hustle, Agora Financial, they all made their money off of ads.
I personally think the amount of time you could invest in a newsletter, I don't even think YouTube is the best side hustle. But if we're going to say you can start a newsletter, side hustle, and make millions, you might as well build a platform on YouTube and then you can start a newsletter if you wanted to, because you're gonna have to market that newsletter regardless. To act like you can just have a passion and just write about it and just dilly-dally, write about being a mom and just see how that is. You're a first-time mom. You don't have any experience. You're just, you know what you are? This is what they say. You are an expert at your experiences. That's cap. You are not an expert in your experiences. You are experiencing something for the first time. If you are learning something, you are not teaching it. That's simple. That should be generally understood. So to act like you can just write something about your passion. I'm passionate about Dickies jackets. And I like cameras. I'm gonna write about cameras every single day. And then I'm magically going to get people subscribing to my newsletter. Not only am I going to write about cameras, but I'm going to get a bunch of people that are obsessed with video and talk to them through writing instead of video. Lost me at 7-figure side hustle no one talks about, all right? Because there's no such thing as an $83,000 a month side hustle. And I think there were some good points in here on how to build a newsletter. I think she has a lot of hands-on experience, but to market it as something that's like willy-nilly, like freaking, just don't market things like it's network marketing. That should be the rule. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.